There we go. What's up? This is Noble. Welcome to Insider Trading. This is one of only two podcasts that I know of that's live, that's interactive, that allows you to be a part of the conversation and allows you to get what you need from people like me. Those two podcasts, or those two educators, folks who actually enjoy helping other people to simplify what seems incredibly complex and what is, because trading is incredibly hard. You'll never hear me say it's easy. It's simple. Principles are simple. You probably could teach it to kids if we taught them early enough. But the emotions and what happens when you start dealing with money and wealth and self-value and self-worth, oh, it's so hard. There's a reason most traders struggle. There's a reason. It takes time. It takes time to master anything, but especially this, because you're mastering yourself. So those two podcasts, or those two folks, on myself, shout out to my cousin Joel Harrison. What up, bro? Him and Zing are out in Mexico. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your time. So Insider Trading is actually a room that we started on, a group we started on Facebook like 10, 11 years ago. It's probably like 28, 29, just say 30,000 people in the room. We've done hundreds of hours of live, just trying to keep people abreast of what's going on and why. When Rivian IPO'd, when everything you probably can think of was splitting, right? We just want to kind of be a constant voice to help guide, to help share some gems. You know, I have courses. Of course, I teach. I love teaching. This stuff should be taught really, really early. High school, middle school, college, several times. Unfortunately, it's not, which is crazy. The most important things we really don't teach. On that note, real quick, shout out to my homegirl, also my nutritionist, Arnitra. I've lost 20 pounds. I know you like from where, dude? You ain't that big. I lost 20 pounds in the last like 10, 11 weeks. I've been getting really, really disciplined. Cooking all my own meals, macros, counting everything. I can't even lie. I'm like, dang, it's actually pretty easy to lose weight. Or at least for me, for my body type. It's been virtually easy. I've been losing like 2 pounds a week if I just eat right and walk a little bit. All right, so time to slim down, put on some muscle, you know, get my Michael B. Jordan on. Give me a year, man. So anyway, we don't teach that either. How to eat, nutrients. Everything is everything. The most important stuff we don't teach in this country. But you're gonna get some teaching tonight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover. Let me see who I got on real quick. Oh, this is interactive. I said that. What I mean when I say that is if you type in something, I can see it. I can pop it up on screen. So feel free to let me know if there's a specific stock you want me to look at. We only gonna hold this about. We're gonna end this at 8. Why? Because Noble's going to Jamaica tomorrow. Me and my lady friend going to Jamaica. So I gotta. I've been packing like. I really haven't packed, so I gotta get ready. But yeah. So let me see. Let's see. Jason said your setup looks great. Sounds good too. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that for sure. Turn this music back up for a second. Appreciate that. Took a lot of work. Figure out this lighting, camera, the right technology. God, it's work. It's a labor to do this. I had to learn a lot. I had to spend a lot of time just, along with the 20,000 hours of trading and losing and making and struggling and figuring stuff out, getting better, and that whole journey, right? So, yeah, so I'm here to help. So, once again, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to look at this week. We're going to see where we are. Where are we right now in the market? You should always know. You should just always know where the S&P, where the Dow, where the market is. I'm big on that with men specifically. Why? Because I got so many friends who know everything about sports. They know all the stats happening in any sport at any given time, but don't know where the Dow is. I don't get it. This matters way more than what's going on with Durant and LeBron. It does. This is what's going to leave you some generational wealth. So We're going to look at where the market is. We're going to look at what happened this week. I'm going to give you some thoughts on where I think we're going based on technical indicators. I want to look at a few stocks that people have asked me to look at. Snapchat being one of them, which dropped pretty hard. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on Snapchat. Well, I never thought it was a good investment. One simple line, one simple thing they said had me like, nope. Yeah, if you have questions, cool. Type it in. This is yours. I'm here to serve and to help. So, with that said, slowly turn the music down. What I'm gonna pull up first is I'm actually going to pull up what you're looking at. Oh, you know what? Let me change the color so you guys can see. I want to make sure you can see. I want to make sure for sure that you can see. You can see my charts, and make sure you can actually see the green candles. Excuse me. I go back and watch these, and I'm like, dang, I forgot to make the candles like bright green so you guys can see it. So let me do that really quick. I'll make a quick adjustment here. The platform I'm working in is Thinkorswim. If you know somebody in Thinkorswim corporate, please tell them to reach out. I've transitioned so many people onto Thinkorswim because it's the platform I use and know. So it's what I teach my futures class, my basic investing class, and my options class through. So platform I love. I wish their margin prices were a little bit lower on futures and stuff like that, but it's cool. I can afford it. It's cool. Gotta pay to play. I get it. Okay. Oh, it didn't change. Wait, what happened? Oh, I gotta change it on this one. My bad. Okay. Appearance fill up. There we go. Okay. So that should be a little cleaner. For those who do not know how to read a chart, it's really simple. Well, I'll take that back. The basic level 1 is really simple. I taught this to middle school kids at the Ron Clark Academy here in Atlanta like 10 years ago, before there wasn't Limitless, before I started my business and ran and like really got into teaching and trying to figure out how to empower people, right, in a way that was practical, fun, relatable, right? My kids, middle school kids, right? You know, yellow, green, red, when you pull up to a stop sign, you know what that means. It's very similar. The green candles are simply a day. You're looking at the day chart right now. These are days where that day, the price opened. This is the S&P 500. It's like your broad market index, what I used to teach my kids. It's like the all-star team. 500 are the biggest, best stocks in the world. There are thousands, almost 10,000 plus stocks in the world. These 500, the whole world pays attention to every single day. They account for 80%, roughly 80% of the market cap, the value of the stocks in our economy here domestically in America. There's 80% chance if the S&P is up, your favorite stock is up. It's real simple. A lot of times I do these. I start with the S&P. Why? Why do I start with the S&P? Because if you analyze the S&P, you've really just analyzed everything. Now, Apple and Tesla and everything is still going to look different. They have their own individual price charts, true. But if the S&P had an amazing week, your company probably had a great week too, as long as it's not some little rinky-dink stock that is promising to like get rid of something they're not going to get rid of, right? Has to have some value, but once again, all your big tech, big pharma, big banks, look at the S&P. Type it in, go to Google, just look around. What's in the S&P? All the different sectors, energy, you got everything there. Fintech, consumer staples like your Walmarts, right? Your Targets, your retailers, everything. Okay, so matter of fact, let me do this. I want to do it this way. I'm actually going to go to the week. I always do this. Always. I just want to keep you real clear. Just keep you clear. So this drop back here, let's zoom in. This drop back here, ooh, that was COVID. We made new highs on this. What is this? 217. All right, so February 17th, that week. I was born on Valentine's Day. So that week we hit a new high. My birthday 2 years ago, we hit a brand new high. And as COVID started to be unleashed, if you will, and we started to learn more and pandemic and shutdowns, right? The market panicked, right? So we dropped for 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 weeks straight. Really, really, really hard. And then after we started to digest it and process it and realize that the great companies are still great companies and people were going to continue buying, and then people started leaving their jobs. A lot got very interesting with COVID, as you know. You lived through it. Companies like Zoom, prices start soaring. Clorox, prices soaring. Peloton, everybody's at home. Prices soaring on all of those types of companies, right? And so we talked about that. We walked you guys through those companies, right? I try to keep saying, we can go back. I wish I could go back. I wish I had a whole team to go back and pull up stuff. I said you got to be careful, though. Just because Zoom is popping now doesn't mean it's a great investment. Just because Peloton is moving now doesn't mean you want to hold it for 5-10 years, right? So there's a difference between investing and trading. Investing is your long term. Shouldn't even be thinking deeply about those. I know your portfolio's down. Everything's down. The market is down. Yeah, you taking right? Nothing goes straight up. Nothing. Right? So that's normal. It's cyclical. It's normal. What's happening right now is very normal. So we experienced roughly 18 amazing months. This is a very, very strong uptrend, my friends. This was a very, very strong, predictable, solid uptrend. Like, it gets no better than this. That's amazing. It's beautiful. So hopefully you didn't miss that. But I know millions of people just started investing and getting serious because of COVID, which is great. So for a lot of you guys, your portfolio is taking a hit. And it's really because you just really got started. Like, if you just started investing like last summer, you're back at zero. Right? Because you didn't put in enough time. Right now, look at this. If we could go back really quick, we go back here. All right, we go back here. This is a recession. All right, so look at the recession until now. Look at that. Look at that. You just missed 12 years of growth. So if you just started investing and you're down and you're losing, trust me, I'm telling you, it's just because of the timing. You got in, you started, great. That's hugely important. Don't give up. Don't get so beat up that you're like, this investing thing isn't real. It's real. This is the engine for wealth. This is real. But you can't build wealth in 2 years. Not how it works. All right, so I'll go to the week chart really quick. And this is a downtrend, very classic downtrend. All right. I'll even draw these little, what I call swing lines, because I just wanted you to see everything, right? So look at this. We're making higher highs. I'm sorry, lower highs and lower lows. All right. Very classic downtrend. Every book, technical analysis book you'll read says when you start to see prices of anything, right, we make these new lows and we go up. Oh, we don't have enough buyers and we come right back down. We make a new low and then we push up again, but we don't go as high and we come right back and go lower. It's literally just a stair step. It's like walking down steps in a building. That's all it is, right? So eventually you're waiting on what? An uptrend, for things to turn around, for things to change. Are we there yet? Will we go into a recession? Is Omicron going to set us back again? Are we really out of COVID? Where are we? What's going to happen? Inflation. Oh my God, there's so much stuff. It's complex. The beauty of this, what I'm showing you, though, this is called technical analysis, is if you don't understand macro level economics, if you don't know what the jobs report is and the Schiller Home Index, like Schiller report, if inflation confuses you, if it's just all these different things, it's just not your language. The beauty of trade, well, I should say the beauty of investing now is we have so many tools and technology. If you can pull this up and draw those little lines like I drew, then you can say, hey, the market is in a downtrend. All right. You can do the same level. I mean, don't get me wrong. People on TV and myself, we spent years of our lives learning this, but some of these pieces of it are very, very simple. Some pieces are really simple. All right, so let me see. Oh, that was Jason. Somebody said, greetings, sir. If you could hit the 3 major indices, potential move heading into next week, do you factor in such events, such as FOMC as catalysts or purely technical signals? So that's a good question. FOMC, I'd say this about FOMC. As a day trader, when I know FOMC, Federal Reserve's, Chair Powell is about to speak, any of those chairs are about to speak, market can get crazy. So every morning what I do is I check my reports. First thing I do before I trade, what's happening today, right? As a day trader. right? Now, some of these things that they've come out with recently, we knew inflation was getting higher. We knew that, right? So sometimes we know before the reports actually land. We kind of can, they kind of leak this stuff out, talk about it a bit before it fully, before they fully have those meetings. So I'd say this. I haven't really seen fundamentally where any report totally changes the direction. If you get the direction from the week charts, whatever that direction is, any report, anything coming out, we might pop up for a bit, right? If it goes against the trend, sure. But it won't change the trend, right? I haven't seen that. So we need truly good things and a number of catalysts to change the market from a downtrend to an uptrend. You're not going to get a total change from just one thing. All right. So yeah, I pay attention to FOMC. I pull in information, but at the core, price is price. I don't care what people are saying or thinking. If the price didn't go down or didn't go up, right? So for me, this is the math. This is where everything actually matters. What price did you buy? What price did you get out? Right. So yeah, I'm a technical guy. I understand the fundamentals. I do. But I don't think you can really be dangerous without being able to merge the two. And even if you don't have an in-depth understanding of the fundamentals, you should at least be able to do what I just did and connect these swing highs and lows and say, oh, we're in a downtrend. All right. And you should have been able to say that early on in this year. Should have been. Should have been able to. Harlan Dawson, that GameStop stuff. What's up, Harlan? Man, this is a good guy. We grew up on the same block, 39th and Lincoln in Gary, Indiana. Man, that's crazy. What's up, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. Tell your big bro and sis I said what up. Okay, so let me go to a day chart real quick. And actually, I'll show you here. All right, so this was the last little drop we had. Last drop. I do this all the time. I think it's important. It's really simple, but it matters. Some of you guys who do, know some of the little more advanced options plays, right? These are those weeks where we're kind of stuck. All right, look at this. This was 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks range. Just are we going to go lower or higher? Lower or higher? Lower or higher? Kind of bounced off 370. Last week, we got really close to 370. Doji candle, a sign of confusion, but all this means is we pushed price all the way down to 370, and by the end of the week, it came all the way back up. That alone, this one little candle alone, this one little candle by itself, should have told you, yeah, higher chance that this week we would probably, I never try to predict. I'm once again, all about the technicals and what price is telling me. But this was a pretty easy call to say, yeah, if we get above this candle, all right, that's really breaking us out of the range. So we're probably going to push higher. All right. Where could we go? We could get up here to 420. Is there anything in here, right, before we get there? All right. And will we have enough momentum to get there? I don't know. We're still in the downtrend. We make these little moves up for a few weeks, right? So nobody knows. Perfectly nobody knows now. But you can make some very logical, assumptions, right? It wasn't a big shock to me that we were up this week at all. Because all you had to do was look at last week, right? And know that we were in a range for 4 weeks. We haven't, market's been trying to go high. We've been trying, right? So bulls have bears have kind of given, a little piece. They've been making money all year. You're kind of like, okay, cool. So did we get another drop? No, we didn't. We actually have some bullish momentum, which just means buying. And we got out of this range. And last week was one of those weeks where we totally reversed. At some point, this candle was all red. By the end of the week, very long wick, all right, which means it's tug of war. Bulls push back. Bears are winning. Bulls push back, right? If I go to the day chart really quick, just to give you a little bit more clarity. Then look at this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, just the last 5 days. All right. So we were down, we pushed back up. Oh, last week we were down and we popped back up. All right, this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today we kind of pulled back, but we're still inside of yesterday's candle. All right, so we tested the high of yesterday, kind of pulled back. right? One more thing I'll point out for my technical folks is this. We had this gap from back here, right? Y'all see that gap? Market loves to like refill these gaps. We got a gap there and a gap here. All right, so they say, I've heard this for years, that there's an 80% chance that gaps will fill, which just means price likes to go back, right, to kind of fill this area. Have we filled this gap, man? Pretty much. Not perfectly. It doesn't have to be perfect. So next week will be interesting. If we go higher, what are we doing? We're trying to fill this gap, and we're going to test this last swing high of 417, just like 415. Right? If we start the week off collapsing, this may be, right, what's called a bullish squeeze, right? You get bulls buying, you get people excited, market starts pulling back down really quick. And then those people are stuck now saying, oh, God, please go back up. Please go back up. And you literally can squeeze them out of the market. Because if we drop next week and go under the low for this week, ooh, everybody who's really excited about this week, right? We got a lot of applause this week. That's what the market sounded like this week. Right? But you need sustainment. We need more buyers. You need more good catalysts, right? We need more things to happen to get more people encouraged to buy. You know, I'm going to tell you, and you're going to tell him, and he'll, some of this is like, groupthink. But the trend is still down. Trend is still down, all right? So, let me do one more thing real quick, too. This will be cool. Actually, 7:30. Yeah. I'll flip over. Hold on, let me do this. real quick. Because I know I got a few stocks to look at for you guys. Just gotta find that tab. Where is it? Let's see. Oh, that's me live. Can see myself. It's always interesting. Let's see. Oh, where's it? Okay. I'm gonna just dive in. So once again, market is bearish. It is. Anybody saying it's not? They're being hopeful, but right now we're still fundamentally in a downtrend. Right? Not out of the woods, and it might get worse. Right? Might get worse as we have more talks about a recession. And an economy that on some level is definitely struggling as inflation rises. So, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to jump over to a couple different stocks. Let's take a look at Ford. Actually, I'm going to start with the month chart. So here's what's interesting to note really quick about Ford. We go back here about 5 years. Go back about 5 years on Ford. Ford was in a very, very consistent downtrend. All right, see that? Just bouncing up and down. All right, up and down. But overall, slowly grinding, right, and going lower. Right. So I don't have to draw all those out. You can see it, right? New low, lower high. COVID new low, right? They've been doing some positive things, more electronic vehicles on the way, trying to stabilize production and compete in a global world where you have Teslas and the Rivians and all the other companies. I can't even name them all. Y'all know that are out there that are trying to compete based on electronic vehicles, right? Shortages with, some of your main manufacturers of semiconductors. You need those chips to make this technology work. There's been a lot of demand as people get more conscious, right, about the earth, fossil fuels, all this great stuff, right? I just saw a report this week talking about how in so many countries, states, like heat waves and fires in Europe, and it's Like, what are we doing to the planet? All right. So that was the downtrend. COVID, I'm gonna take all this off my chart really quick. As you can see, COVID was good for Ford. Stock went from a low of $4.08. I'll give you the percentage real quick, as I always do. Went up about 580%. Right, 580%. But now, really strong pullback. We have dropped so far from what is that? February of this year. Ford is down about 59%. That's a lot. I go to the week chart just so you can see it. All right, so once again, remember where I started. If you would have been paying heavy attention to the S&P, when the S&P made that first dip, actually we were in a range for like November, December, a little bit of January. Then we dropped. That was the signal. That was the signal. That amazing uptrend. Those 18 months that we had could not be sustained forever. We got so used. Some of y'all got so used to just buying little dips. Oh, the market was hitting new highs. Every month we were hitting new highs for almost 2 years. That's not gonna last forever. All right, it's not gonna last forever. So, right in here, it's got the same basic pattern, the same exact pattern. All right. Same exact pattern as I showed you on the S&P. And when I say same pattern, I mean literally to where the last 4 weeks, we didn't go anywhere. Just like with the S&P. So although these charts are not perfectly identical, they're really, really close. Fundamentally, they're the same to me. We got stuck for 4 weeks. Same as S&P. All right, which is why you need to pay attention to the S&P and your broad market indices. And I know I'm not looking at like NASDAQ and the Dow. I just prefer to either look at NASDAQ, and I usually look at NASDAQ, but for whatever reason, I started with the S&P, right? So once again, same basic sort of analysis, same picture of what happened, right? Small pop. All right, did we cross over this trend line? Technically, let me see. Let me get rid of this one. Actually, let me check something real quick. Okay. So I would say this. I would say we are officially on here with Ford. We're attempting. We're right now. What you're witnessing is an attempted reversal. I teach this in my more advanced classes. People think there's only uptrend and downtrend. No. There's uptrend, downtrend, but before you get those changes, before we go from downtrend to uptrend, there's certain mathematical signals that just every single chart, every time frame, every asset class works the same way. All this stuff is the same. I don't care whether you like foreign exchange or futures. I don't care. I don't care whether you like crypto or stock. Pick whatever works for you, whatever, you understand, whatever makes your ego feel good. But you got to learn this charting piece of it. It's all the same. It's all the same, right? And so before we actually go from downtrend to uptrend, that doesn't happen just like instantly, right? We go from downtrend to attempted reversal, and that reversal will either fail, we'll go back into a downtrend, or that reversal will continue, we'll make a new high, and then we're still not in an uptrend yet, but we've at least started to fundamentally create, right, where bears are going to say, oh man, they're going to get exhausted. I guess we're up. And then that side starts to give up. And then the other side gets more energy and more energized, and they put more money on the table. That's how this stuff happens. But there's a delicate process in between, and it requires some patience. Right now, we're still bearish. But Ford is officially, I would say, I would check off and say we're right now in this moment, we're attempting to reverse. That's good. It's positive. It's positive. And you already know, only 2 things can happen. 3. We'll go sideways for a few weeks. The market will get a little confused, like, right? Bulls won't be aggressive. Bears won't be aggressive. We'll go sideways. You just saw 4 weeks of going sideways because nobody was willing to push the trigger. Bears weren't putting a lot on the table. Bulls weren't putting a lot on the table. But Bulls so far this last week, kind of won the week. Cool. this attempted reversal, attempt at going back up and establishing an uptrend. It'll either range, we'll go sideways for a while, we'll continue to go higher, more buyers, more bears get out, go back to test another area. I already showed you that area. Or this won't last. And a lot of people who were excited last week are not going to be excited the next week. Right? And that's the psychology of what's happening with price. If it goes up, oh, I love it. I love it. If it goes down, oh, it's hurting your feelings, right? It's almost like politics. Right? It's a whirlwind. Whoever's in power controls stuff. So if you love what's happening in the country right now, you probably, you probably on this side. If you hate what's happening, you probably on this side. And then it flips. When your people, your person is in power doing whatever, you happy. And that's all it is constantly. It's just like the market, right? You got to learn how to navigate these ups and downs. That's all it is. Let's see. My guy Harlan said, will do. Take one and no one. For sure, bro. I appreciate that, man. Somebody said, Lucid versus Rivian as an investment, please. That's a good question. That's a good question. We'll come back to that. Because I'm going to be real with y'all. I focus on so few things because I have really tried to not be the guy that can. I'm not the dude that does so much research every week on everything just to be able to sound knowledgeable about it. But I can trade everything, right? So for me, once again, I'm more of a technical guy, so I can look at the charts for you. But I can't say that I have really dug into both companies to really be able to per se pinpoint you in one way or the other. Join me next week though. I'll go back and do a little research. Whoever that is, join me next week. I'll come back to that question. It's just good, fun exercise for me, right? So I'll make sure I do it. But I'll hit both charts. We'll look at them both. Matter of fact, I'll pull up both side by side. You can tell me what you think. All right, Jessica. What's up, Jessica? She said, I did get hopeful this morning, but I heard your voice saying, nope, that's not it. It's not going to run up. Haha. I can't lie. Jessica, I think you got one of my classes. If you're looking at what I probably think you maybe were looking at from a technical perspective, yeah, it was pretty clear that we were not going up today. Or at least that for the majority of the morning, we were in a really tight range. And that was easy to know before it happened. But all right, technicals, you're going to have to get them from somebody like me, or you learn it on your own. There's a couple different ways, to get it. But Andre said chart not showing. Yeah, hopefully I wasn't talking about something specific when the chart wasn't showing. I'll come back. Jessica said July had some nice pump fakes. Yeah, it did. Somebody said when you say mathematical signals, what are you referring to? So think about it like this. I know that was a big word. That was a little vague. When I say mathematical signals, what I mean is that I'll do like this. Real quick example what I mean by mathematical signals, right? What's the best way to do it? Let me do this real quick. Let me add one thing. Should I add a sample? No, okay. I'm gonna add this one thing to my chart real quick. I'll make it pretty thick. All right. So what I just added to this chart is this yellow line. What the heck is this yellow line? This yellow line is a 21 period exponential moving average. It's math. It's based. If you take the last 21 days prices, add them together, divide by 21, get a dot, and every day continue to connect that, right? So we're making a line based on the average of the last 21 days of prices at the close moving. All right, this is one of the first things I learned. It's powerful. It still works. Here's the real simple mathematical principle behind it. Statistically, it's a phenomenon called, I ain't showing you the chart. My bad. There we go. Okay, my bad. I'm glad I caught that. I was about to go to. It's a principle called, the principle that matters is the regression to the mean. What the heck is that? Regression to the mean. All it's saying is price likes to go back to the average. Nothing just goes straight up or straight down. We always kind of, we bears are in control, we're dropping. And then, they take some profit. Bulls try to buy it back up. We come back to an average. All right, so you see how these little swing lines, those are perfectly hitting that yellow line? That's not by, all right, so that's a mathematical principle working. And it works on everything. All right, and the other simple kind of way to think about it is above this 21 is above average. And you could do this across literally any pool of data, any body of information. All right, COVID cases, grades in a class, any kind of data. It's just numbers. Above the 21 average, it's like above average. That's a good student. Below, that's below. Right? So the real simple kind of tool for a simple way to remember it for me is if we're above the 20, generally we're bullish. If we're below the 20, that's definitely a bearish sign. But once we go under it, as you can see here, perfectly on forward, once we went under the 20, excuse me, and what month went under the 20? This month right here. This week, 131. All right, so that's a mathematical signal saying, oh boy, right? And you already know where we're going. We don't just drop straight down. Even when we have these little bullish moves in a down market, all we're doing is going back up to the 20. And if you're smart, that's where you actually short the market. You short the market, right? Simple stuff, powerful. Can make you a lot of money on any chart. Let me do one more thing real quick for fun. I don't know. Let's go to the Euro, USD. No, let's go to the dollar yen. Just something different. The dollar yen. Look at this. Look at this week chart. See, bounced off the 20, bounced off the 20, bounced off the 20, bounced off the 20, bounced off the 20. I could do this all day. Look at this downtrend. Right here, bounced off the 20, bounced off the 20, bounced off the 20. Right, so hopefully that helped a little bit. And there's a lot there. I literally could teach for probably like 6 hours straight on just moving that. Like when we start talking about the math behind this stuff, like I've spent hundreds, I literally mean hundreds to thousands of hours, like really, really understanding this stuff. So once again, hopefully that helped. That was a gem. Fundamental, meaning you can apply that to everything tradable, everything. A 21 period exponential moving average. And the regression to the mean will happen. I don't care how high price goes or how low it goes. We will always pull back up to test that 21. And when we change from bearish markets to bullish markets, we go from under the 21 to above the 21. Every single time, across everything. Okay, let's see. Somebody say, I am very familiar with SMA and EMA. I was just not tracking what you meant. The mean is the 20 EMA. Yeah, it's the 20. I like the 21. I like the 21 exponential better. It doesn't matter. It's not a huge difference, but a little edge. You can get better, right? So throw a 21 EMA on there. It's a little, the exponential average adjusts the price a little better, faster, right? So I like it better than the 20. But yeah, I use the 20 for years. Matter of fact, a lot of times I'll say the 20 and I mean the 21. So yeah. Let's see. Somebody said, how can you find the price point of a given ticker without understanding how to read charts? I'm not gonna lie. My style, the way I learned, the mentors I've had, the things I've read, right? My personal walk and journey through this, I don't think you can. I know there are some people who, they're just all fundamental, right? It's PG, PE ratios, you're looking at free cash flows, you're looking at, you're studying and analyzing the business itself. Okay, that's great. It's great. But I think you need to be able to see Apple. You got to be able to see Tesla, right? It's part of the game. It's part of the craft, I would say, right? So Yeah, maybe some people, have figured out some science to it. Great. But if I can see price, why wouldn't I use it, right? So that's just me. That's me. And I think you should use it too. Somebody said thoughts on Snap next week. Tight consolidation with major gap above. We'll take a look. D. Lee said, "What's up, bro?" He said, "Do you use TradingView at all?" No, I don't. I don't at all. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss any questions. No. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, that's the US. Yeah, that's that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, let me look at Bitcoin real quick. Futures, Bitcoin. See the 20 went under. Oh, drop. Oh, pop back up. Bounced off the 20. Bounced off the 20 right here. Oh, all right. So we bounced off it there right here. Had a whole week above. Oh, collapsed. If we get under this week, this doji. All right, doji-ish candle. This one little candle that was trying to push Bitcoin back up. We got the 4,600. When this week closed firmly under that week, you already knew we're going back to the low. Back down here. That's all we did. All right. So I know a lot of people know the 20. I don't know. I don't think y'all be using it the way I use it. it helps. I'm sorry. It's fundamental. It does not come off my chart. 1 minute, 5 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour, day, month. I clean my charts here to do this for you guys, but I always want to know what the 20 is. So let me do this. Let me bounce around real quick. It's 750. She is going to kill me. Okay. Oh, Snapchat. Wait, hold on. Let me look at something real quick. Okay, so peep this. Actually, wait, hold on. I gotta do it different way. I'll do it 1 hour. So here's Snapchat. We closed yesterday at $16.31, and we opened today at $10. For those who are trying to do the math in your head, don't worry, I got you. I'll just do it from here, from the close to the bottom to where we closed today. So 40% drop in a day. So here's Snapchat. Crossed under the 20. I'm gonna leave the 20 on here since I talked about it. Crossed under the 20 on 10/18. So the market started coming down. S&P started November, tight. December ranging, trying to test the highs, couldn't get any higher. January, we started coming down. We broke out of that range. February, we actually started to, we're making now new lows in this uptrend. We crossed the trend line. Classic stuff. Downtrend starting. Every indicator you can put on a week chart was saying, yo, we're starting this bearish move. We're starting. There's nothing you can't pull up. I don't even like stuff like the MACD. Stochastics, RSI, some of those I used to use. I don't really use them no more. But fundamentally, probably every indicator we can look at was telling you, yeah, we're starting a downtrend along with price. Very simple lines on the chart. We're making lower lows and lower highs. At some point, you got to accept it is what it is, right? We're going lower, right? That's the trend. But Snapchat started failing before the market did, which is a bad sign. That's why I'm constantly, whenever I do these, I'm always comparing whatever stock you're looking at, compare it to the S&P. If it's starting to lose traction before the S&P, what do you think is going to happen when the S&P starts coming down? Stocks like this, they're going to get murdered, which is actually great if you know how to take advantage of the downside. If you know how to short, we're talking options, in a simple way. If you know how to buy puts, you can take advantage. You can make money when things go down. All right, so this week right here, this was the something fundamentally has happened. And we had some support back here, which is why we kind of struggled in this area. And then that was it. All right. Right here, we pop back up. Where did we go? We got really close to the 20. Couldn't even get there. All right. I tell people all the time, like this type of chart on options. Oh man, I mean, you could trade it off the week. You ain't gotta check it, but once a week, just check it on the weekend. Like, imagine if this is where we were. Like, we could go back in time, and this is where we were right now, like this week. All right. Then what is Noble going to say? Well, we might push up and hit the 20, but this may be it. Right? We're inside of this candle here. If we drop, we're going back lower. So you know what I would say in a real simplistic way? If we break the low of this week, we're at least going to drop down to 28. And if this speeds up and we don't get any buyers, we're going to drop down to 24 and probably go lower. And then what happened the next week? Oh, we broke the low. Oh, we went lower. Oh, we went low. We hit 28. Oh, we hit 24. Oh, we went even lower. That's all that's happened. Like, now we did. We dug in, right? So we went lower. Don't get me wrong, but we were already in a downtrend. Right? We were already in a downtrend. So where are we at right now on Snap? A huge gap. Because once again, earnings came out. I didn't even check the number. Oh, let me say this real quick too. Let me say this real quick about wait, let me I hope they don't. You know what? I probably shouldn't even play this. I probably shouldn't play this. Because you play little sounds and stuff. And then, you know, YouTube, they be tracking your stuff. I probably shouldn't play this. They might take my video down. Yeah, I may not do it. I probably won't do it. Okay. Little something anyway. So what was I saying? Yeah, huge drop. Earnings, bad earnings. I remember when Snapchat IPO'd. I don't use Snapchat, so I would never invest in it. I would trade it if it was worth trading. I don't really, it hasn't been on my radar like that. But I remember when they were IPOing, initial public offering, when this company says, "Hey, we want your money, your dollars." They got this big loan from all these banks who underwrote the loan, and they go to the next level. Right? It's like scaling a business. You go to the next level, but you offer people the opportunity to invest, right? Publicly. It's an offer. What I didn't like about Snapchat was in their S1 document, which is a document that you can read and kind of get. It has all their financials and all this stuff. Just in the description of the company, they said that they were a camera company. I was like, what? Camera company? Y'all don't make cameras. You're telling me as a potential investor in this very, very lucrative, important document, this S1 document, that Snapchat is a camera company? I was like, y'all crazy as hell. You don't even know who you are. Like, am I stupid? Am I supposed to be stupid? Like, is this some kind of like play on like trying to make me think you're a tech company? Like, I was just like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, well, y'all don't make cameras. Y'all don't make cameras. Y'all don't make cameras. So I was like, yeah, whoever's running their leadership, just that one line. And I know that's I don't know. Right now, you're either thinking that's incredibly insightful, or it's petty, it's small, it's minor. Oh, I mean, they just that to me spoke volumes. If you can't categorize your business and what you do, you're not a camera company. So anyway, I just had to say that because I like saying. I remember seeing that S1 document. So, what was the question? Somebody asked me a question. Where's that question about Snap? Oh. Somebody said, I challenge you to take another look at Snap when you have some time. The investor relations page may surprise you. I like a good, fun aha moment. True. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this about the chart. All right. At the end of the day, I don't care what the investor, whatever says. I care about what price is doing. Right. We're back where we started pre-COVID. I'm drawing this triangle on a lot of stocks. Had an amazing run from COVID. True value was not there. We're right back down at the same pitiful place, struggling under every indicator is back bearish. It's just a big reset. COVID was an amazing run, but right back to where we started. And a lot of companies you will see this on because they fundamentally weren't dominant, financially sound investments. I would argue before COVID. So they got a COVID pop. Peloton. Look at Peloton. Look at the triangle on Peloton. The triangle on Peloton. Big high. All the way back. Back to the lows. Zoom. Same thing on Zoom. Triangle. A lot of value. A lot of buying. A lot of frenzy. Made sense. Great trade. Not an investment. Charts don't lie. Price doesn't lie. All right. Okay. So, but I'll take a look at Snap. I got 2 pieces of homework assignment. I'm humble. I don't think I know everything. I don't want y'all to think that. I mean, I know what I know, but I'm open. So let me do this real quick. Is IPR going to reach its highs again? I'm an investor. Let's take a look. At IPR. Oh man, I want to play these little sounds so bad. I know they're gonna mess me up though. I know they're gonna do it. I ain't gonna even do it. Matter of fact, let me go to my other little page. Oh, IPR. So wait, hold on, let me get rid of this little box real quick. So I'll say this. There's an 80% chance. And actually, I think it's higher. I think it's like a 90. The statistic is there's like a 90% chance that if a stock will attempt to retest its all-time high. That's a really high percentage. The question is how long will that take? All right, what you just saw. Let me just go back real quick on Zoom. That drop for us to get back to 588. We're at 75. That may take 20 years. May take 5. May take 2. But it could take 20. They could never get there. It's possible that they never get there. Peloton. We're at 977. They hit a high 171. It could take 10 years to get there. Do you want to wait that long as an investor? These are the questions you got to ask. Zoom. Zoom is at 106. Oh, I just did Zoom. What was the other one? Clorox. What's Clorox? CLX. Yeah, Clorox did pretty much the same thing too. All right. So here's your triangle on Clorox. Right back down. All right, so me personally, those are the stocks that make me think, hey, you probably don't want to touch them. Yeah, that's what I see when I look at certain charts. I'm like, nah, I ain't putting my hands on that. Right? Why? Let me give you a quick comparison though. Because I started with the broad market. If the broad market is only down 20-25%, and your favorite stock or whatever you're looking at, which probably has a higher beta, more volatility, right, is exceeded, it's down more than 20, twice as much as 20, right? Those are just, it's to me, it's almost like it's like saying, yo, I just want to have some fun. I want to go out this weekend. I just want to I want some speed. Okay, cool. You want some speed. You want to go to like we could go to like a little go-kart place. That's speed. Or we could go to where's that place down there like Macon? It's that track. Like you pay a couple $100. You can get like a real car and go 200 miles an hour. Right? You really want some speed? You could jump out of an airplane, I guess. The speed coming down. Right? There's different levels. There's different levels of speed with prices. Some stocks just will beat you up worse. That's why I always start with the S&P. Because it's just a good, solid barometer. That's why they talk about it every day on every news channel, every finance channel. Right? Because you need to use that as your comparison when you start talking about individual, stocks and assets, right? And then some things are safer, S&P is down 20, 25%. Some stuff is down less than that. It's safer. It's a little slower, right? That's all it is. It's slower, right? So let me go back to IPR. I mean, as you can already see, it's on its way to this Dewey's triangle. I mean, this was the COVID lows right here. All right. Week chart firmly in a downtrend. Last time what did we do? Last little pop up ran to the 20. All right. If you were a trader, or if you were trading it, a little doji candle right there. Oh, the doji right there. That's a sign of confusion in a downtrend. Testing the area that you know price goes to. Before it even does it, you already know where it's going. If we break the low of that candle, short it. That would have been right here. And all it did was come right back down because we were already in a downtrend. All right. So, and last week it got beat up pretty bad. Market came out of an uptrend this week. I mean, out of a range, pushed up a little bit. IIPR went down this week. It's not good. You see what I mean? Those disconnections. Market went up this week. IIPR went down. And once again, I know I'm just going through these from a technical perspective. I'm not like digging into what happened and why. That's for y'all to do. All right. So I give you half. I give you this technical side. You go figure out why it happened. Because there's always a why, right? There's a why. Right? But doing this analysis is kind of like cheating. I don't really need to know what happened technically. I just know there's a disconnect between this and the market. So is there a chance it can get back to its highs? Yes. Yeah, of course. But we're not in an uptrend. You could barely say we're attempting to reverse and go back up. And the economy as a whole is just, we're probably, I would say, like, if we're not going to go into a recession, like the next 2 months are going to be really, really critical. Next 2 months are going to be really critical. Because like fundamentally where we are on the chart, it's kind of like I matched it up. It's exactly where we were at about a 25% pullback before the recession started. And then we made one little last attempt to go up, and then it was curtains. Recession was brutal. Recession 08. We're not there yet. We've made that first major drop, that 25-30. So hopefully, and don't get me wrong, I don't want us to go into a recession. That's not a good thing for the economy, but it happens. I can't stop it. All right. So we'll see. We all will. Let's see. Oh, Christopher Johns, what's up, bro? He said I'm late. No, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, you late, but it's cool. Just go back and watch it all. Harlan said, "Don't die, bro." I don't know what I said, but I'm not. I ain't trying to die. Somebody said 8 lovely off snap push this week. It was just a repeat of last earnings. Yeah. That's dope. So, perfect example. Somebody said they ate lovely. They ate. And they literally mean ate. Because this is so real. You can feed your family with this information if you take it serious. And don't play around with it like it's a little hobby because, COVID made you sit at home. The market is still going to be moving 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. It's not going anywhere. You can decide to be serious or decide to play around. Either way, you're making a decision. When I got into this, when I started to see it, I decided 11, 12 years ago to get really serious. Nothing was going to keep me from learning this stuff. Nothing. Harlan said, all I can hear is Nate Dogg singing, I ain't for games. I was saying if I could sing, but I can't. Somebody said, thanks. If you have time after your trip, take a look at Company Boxable. Many houses and prefabricated build. Comes fully furnished starting at $50K. Not public yet. But shares are offered to verified traders profiting over $200K a year, 80 cents per share. Interesting. This thing won't save. Dang, does it save my comments? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I gotta to make a couple quick notes. Oh, and I know what I meant to do real quick. Let me pull it up. Dang, wait, what was that comment somebody asked me to do? Where is it? I gotta go back up. Where is it at? I'm trying to find that comment. Where is it at? Oh, okay. Here we go. So I got that. Oh, snap. And then what is this? Company. Boxable. That's interesting. 50K for some mini homes. The world is funny, man. The world is changing. Ooh, I love it. It's constantly changing. At first, I was thinking like, that's like a premium sort of, But starting at 50K, some people would probably leave their current financial and downsize and downgrade and minimize, and would probably love to. What's 50K? What's that financed? What's that monthly? I mean, you need to stretch it out 30 years, but I guess if you could, I mean, that's dirt cheap. People go in those little mini, I wanted to do one of those little mini cabin, mini homes, little vacation thing, goes up in the woods. I know all of them aren't in the woods though, so anyway, I appreciate that. And I'm about to pull up Lucid and Rivian real quick. Oh, hit that question. Let me see what other questions I got. I have some more stuff. Oh. Somebody said, what indicators do you look at to determine if a company is fundamentally good? That's a tough question for me because there's a lot to look at. I would start by saying buy what you buy. And that doesn't mean just because you go to Target, you should buy Target. That means I used to call this a limitless budget. Limitless is the brand I use, right? So I used to call this a limitless budget. Do this. If you're financially savvy, if you're a good steward of your money, you're already doing this. You already have a budget. You know exactly what you're paying every month. You know all your subscriptions. If not, use something like Truebill. You know where your money's going. That for me is an easy place to start the question of where should I invest? Because those companies you're invested in as a consumer, if they're solid companies, you might as well get your share back. I know people have been buying Apple since the iPhone 1. Don't own one share Apple. You've literally bought every single phone. You've made other people rich because of your consumer purchases, right? So simple principle, buy what you buy. Look at your budget. Figure out which of those companies are publicly traded. Start there. If they're not number one in their category, if you pull up their chart, hold on, let me do this real quick. This is a real simple little trick too. Pull up their chart. This is Apple. Check this out. I'm gonna go to the month. This is Apple. Hold on. And of course, I'm like cheating because it's Apple, right? But it's one of the best stocks in the world, right? That's beautiful. Right? This doesn't, even looking back, per se, doesn't require, a lot of question to say, is this a good company? Right. I'll pull up let me see. I'll pull up S&P. Sorry. So fundamentally, you want the companies that as the S&P, as the Dow. I would say the easy sort of trick is look at the company and see if its chart looks like the S&P. All right. There's one little thing. It's called a beta coefficient. It's kind of like the speed. It actually it compares the volatility to your stock versus the S&P. So like Tesla's beta is 2. That means it's twice as volatile. Meaning if the S&P comes down 30, let's say 30%, Tesla can easily come down twice that and more. Right? Those are the stocks that can burn you. Can make you great money if you're a trader because they're fast. But as an investor, they can come down really fast and hard and harder than the market, right? So, I mean, I don't know. You got to look at gross profit margins. You got to look at who their leadership is. I really don't have a recipe for that. I've never even tried over all these years to really create one. But I do think there's some practicality involved. I do. Definitely some practicality involved. Because then we start getting into like almost like an accounting, like, like really good investors who do the fundamental analysis. They're kind of like people who just love like the accounting, all the different ratios and really you know, looking at the financials. But you got to understand business to really go there, have that conversation. So it's a lot. It's loaded. I don't have a perfect answer for you. I don't. But once again, some little keys, right? I would say if it's not even matching up with the S&P, that's a problem for me. I need to know why, right? Because we've had 12 amazing years. We had 18 months of the best run in probably last 30, 40 years, right? And some stocks have already tumbled because I would say they weren't fundamentally strong companies already, right? So little insight on what the fundamentals may be based on the technicals. I don't know. Christopher John said, my goal is to trade futures. I'm going to need your help when you start a class. I saw your post about being able to trade at 3 a.m. I definitely get early to change my life. Yeah, that's what's up, bro. I gotta I'm glad I don't do it anymore. But yeah, when I first started trading futures, woo, I was up early because I had a corporate kid. I was making 6 figures, which was amazing. It was great. It was a blessing from God. Thank you. But I saw myself being able to do this and taking it serious, and I was gonna put in the time. And that was really the only time I could trade. I couldn't trade during the day. And then I started trading during the day, but I was on a call and they're like, "Yo, Noble, what do you think?" And I'm like, "I'm in this trade. Y'all leave me alone." So me and corporate couldn't work. I had to take this journey. And I started off really successful, so that helps. And I prepared myself. I paper traded for 9 months. I paper traded for 9 months before I ever took a real live trade. It was a patience. Some people just won't have the patience. Why do you paper trade for 9 months? So you can practice. What thing can you be good at in life without practicing? In a safe environment. If you can't trade on paper, you damn sure can't trade real money. You just once those emotions hit, oh, it's a whole different ballgame when it's real. But you got to practice the technique, the technicals, right? There's so much you can do from the practice. Right? So, I got a class coming up. I'll talk about it. I'm gonna be a little more strict with this one too. I'm gonna tell you who this is ideally for and who it's not for. Because I just want to be, every class I do, I just want to be even more precise. You know what I'm saying, and letting people know what it requires and just the time, the commitment, the drive, all that stuff. I know y'all have it. I had it early too, but once again, I want to put it out there so I can say I did my part. Okay. Oh, let me pop this up real quick. Put up a two blocker. Oh, I can do it this way. Let me go to week. Let me go to clean charts. Oh, let me change these up. Right side is Lucid. Oh, way to go. I'm sorry. Left side is Rivian. Right side is Lucid. Rivian and Lucid. Let me clean both of these charts though. I know these reds are a little different. I don't know why they are right now. They shouldn't be. But they are. So from a technical perspective, what do you see? What do you see? Major trend lines. Rivian, Lucid on the right. IPO'd at about 10, ran up to 64. I got a little bounce here at about 15. Found some support at 15. All right, got a little line there. Push back up, got to 57. All right, but this was November. I keep telling y'all, November was when the market said, "Oh, we're getting tight." All right, so November, December, January, it's following the same downtrend that the entire market has experienced. And we're pretty much kind of sitting right there at support. And it kind of bounced off of it last week. 15. All right. Versus old Rivian, which IPO'd at about 118. It ran up to 179. Oh, these are month charts, by the way. It really hasn't done too much anything. All right, so just look at the difference. Quick pop, a lot of buyers, a lot of excitement, a lot of hype. Potentially overvalued IPO. And let's see. So far, Rivian has come down how much? It's dropped 90% from its highs. Lucid is down. I'll just go to the low. Dropped about 80% right now, down 70%. So, what can we deduce, right? And here's the thing you got to realize too about the charts. Some of the smartest financial minds in the world at the largest funds and hedge funds and institutions and countries and companies that are buying these stocks, right? With teams of analysts that all have MBAs, that have all the licenses, right? These prices, like they're giving you a very, very good insight as to whether the company is actually a good company. So if I had to compare the two just off the technicals, which one am I going to choose? Lucid. Right. So I tend to start there if I had to analyze these two. And I'll go back. Like I said, I'll have a little, I'm probably not going to do it this week on vacation. But sometime before like the next week, I'll dig in a little bit just to add some more. So keep watching. I'm going to do these weekly. If you're in insider trading, you'll get the announcement. I know I don't have like a specific date where I'm just like every Monday I go live or every Tuesday, every Sunday. I know. I'll get more consistent. It's coming. Don't worry. But watch me. And then once again, sign up for my YouTube channel. It's Being Noble. You can get all these videos. You can go back and make sure you watch me. You don't miss anything. So I will dig in and give you guys a little bit more like, okay, what's really happening here, right? But just from a technical perspective. One popped and dropped 90%. The other had a really nice run. We found some support at 15. We made a really strong pushback up to 60, but then the market itself, it got pulled right down with everything else. All right. Let's see. Charles said, who said futures? I need parts. Yeah, I know. Futures. I can't lie, man. If you learn how to trade futures, here's the thing about futures. If you learn how to trade futures, you really have learned how to trade everything. Like all in one. Because everything, like the options has the Greeks, the math makes it complicated. You can't look at an options chart and say, if I bought this call and it gets here by this day, you can't even calculate how much you will have made. You can't do the math in your head. It's calculus. Futures, you're like, if I bought here and it goes here, I've made this amount of money. Right? That's one of the things that attracted me to it. The math is simple. But you got to know these technicals. You got to be a hell of a trader. And you got to consistently. Right? So there's a lot involved, but I don't really talk about Forex a lot. I traded it for a second. I don't know. I'm not deeply interested in like international policy and like the things that you kind of would have to study and be really interested in to like really love foreign exchange. Right. Futures, I've always traded them an index. The Russell, the EMD, S&P mid cap 400, the Russell Russell 2000s, 2000 mid small cap companies. Right. So I've always like, even though it's futures, I've always like, I'm trading the stock market. I'm paying attention to the stock market every day. Let's see. Somebody said Lucid received rejection at the 21 SMA on the weekly and currently resting on 21 on the daily. Might be a potential buy. Potential buy for some long-term puts. Damn, why did I take that off the chart? Let me pop that back up real quick. Let me pop 21 on real quick. Mitchell. One second here. Let me take all this stuff off so y'all can see. Let me go actually to the week on Lucid. So this was that move, right? This was that move. Same week, 124, somewhere right in there, everything came down under the 20. I was like, oh no. And we bounced off the 20 right here. Okay, cool. We're pushing back up. Then we had this very, very, very ugly hammer candle. When you see a hammer in a market that just kind of failed, bounced off the 20, I'm telling y'all, all you had to do was be like, man, if we go under this hammer, and look at that, 2 hard, strong weeks right down. Now, that was a little early because it wasn't in a downtrend. All right, but you got a hammer here. We got another hammer here. Sure, we got a hammer right now. Yeah, the hammer right now. I need to make a note. You know where we're going if we go lower. All right. We just hit the 21, pushed up. Let's take a real quick look at the daily. Matter of fact, let's forget about Rivian for a second. Let me get rid of Rivian. So this is a lot of chop. Ew, that's back and forth. That's ugly. It's a lot of chop. It's a lot of chop. But this looks like today was the day that like really made right that wick on the week chart. So let me go back to the week real quick. All right, so that right there. Oh, so all in here was choppy. Buyers, sellers couldn't agree. Market not really going anywhere. Stuck. You see that on the day. It gets real crazy. That's why I go to the week because it's less candles. It's easier to analyze. It doesn't discombobulate your brain as much. So yeah, I don't know. I feel for these companies that are like already getting beat up, and we're not in a recession. Woo. Yeah. Rivian partnered with Amazon to roll out their electric vans, said Charles Holland. Yeah. Somebody said, thank you very much, Noble. I don't even know what I did, but you're welcome very much. For sure. Wait, hold on, guys. Let me see. Oh, I did. Wait, hold on. I can't find myself again. Okay, here we go. Let me go back to one block. One blocker, one big chart. And then I'm going to go to good old NVIDIA. Let me clean this up real quick. So NVIDIA, month chart. COVID was here. COVID was right here. COVID lows are here. We're almost there. We're almost there. I'm telling y'all, like, so many stocks look exactly like this right now. They've done the triangle, the triangle of, I don't even know. I wish I had a fun creative name for it. They've done this death triangle. That's what I'm gonna call it for now. Amazing run up. A lot of buying, a lot of value accumulation during COVID, and a lot of it came right back out very fast. And the S&P has not done that yet. Right? You see what I'm saying? So here's the worry. Here's where I say, right? I say we get into a really ugly situation. If the S&P were to do this and like retest these COVID lows, which would probably only come if we go into a full-blown recession. Everything else that's already done this death triangle, it's gonna be ugly. It will be. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. Clearly, I don't know, but I'm just right. So NVIDIA's struggling, but I mean everything is. Everything is. Let me see. Little attempted reversal right now. Attempting. But I mean, just a good old basic trend line. I'll just connect these right here. And that's pretty high, of course. I mean, I would like to connect those, but I can't. I mean, I gotta go off these two. So we got some room to go up, definitely. And right now we're attempting a little mini reversal. We're getting some bullish activity. But yeah, we need some good weeks. We need some good months. I really do think the next 2 months are going to be real critical. next 8 to 10 weeks. And I say that because oh, let me show you. Let me see if I can show you. Find an example. Oh, I can use. Wait, hold on. I can do this. The week chart, real quick. Oh, actually, I'll do it this way. Yeah, I guess I'll do it. So this was COVID, right? These were kind of like these COVID lows, right? And then we started to establish an uptrend, right? So this was the down, really quick, hard down. But you couldn't really say we were in an uptrend at least until we had this first higher high and then this second higher high. Now it's like, okay, we're in an uptrend, right? And then people just start buying these dips. Buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip. Oh, dips ain't working. All right, so what's my point? When we're in a downtrend, we just don't instantly flip once again to uptrend. We got to push up. There's going to be a little, right? Some people are going to take some profit. Other buyers are going to say, okay, looks like the market is safe now. More people will get in, right? So it literally, to create an uptrend, that pattern, it takes time. It takes time. Like, we're like, yo, we're not like, we're ready for stuff to just bounce in like a day. It's like, yo, it takes months to see these, like, for it to fully develop and actually be a real, true, classic uptrend. It takes time. It doesn't happen in a week. It happens literally over months, which is why I keep saying, in a downtrend, the next few months is going to be critical to just see how this story plays out, right? Somebody said, can I look at BAC? It was 8:30. Oh, geez. She knows me, though, so. Oh. I'm going to Jamaica tomorrow. I'm probably going to go live from Jamaica just because that's dope. That's just fun to do. I did it last time. This time I'm going to do it during the day so I can have, like, it was terrible. I tried to do it. I went to Jamaica, Montego Bay, for my birthday, Valentine's Day. Okay. So these are the banks. That's 09. Woo. Where is COVID? Okay, COVID was here. COVID was right here. And COVID was here. So we just eyeball those lows at about 18. And then how far have we dropped so far? We dropped about 40%. Oh. S&P dropped about what? 25%. Right, so what does that tell us? Broad market index, S&P, what the world watches to get its cues on, what everything else is doing, what the real stock market is doing. All right, 500 of the best companies in the world. 80% chance if your S&P is up, your stock is up or down, depending on the beta. It's a fundamental coefficient that measures volatility, compares it to the S&P. It's 30 days forward looking. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that's the VIX. I got the definitions mixed up. Bank of America's down 40%. Market's down 25%. If the market drops another 10%, what do you think is going to happen to Bank of America? It's simple math. It's already down more, 15% more. So if the S&P next few weeks we don't get right, this little potential uptrend we're trying to establish right now does not materialize, and we fail, and we go just 5% lower. What do you think Bank of America is going to do? You already know what it's going to do. Week chart. That's ugly. Right here is a 20. All right, so we got close. I know you like that. What's up with all these colors? This is a indicator called the TTM trend. I love it. Usually my candles look like this. All right, or they look like this. Right. I just keep it clean when I'm doing this for y'all because I just keep it clean. Solid downtrend. I mean, and let's not talk about All right, let's not talk about what happened during the last recession. You know what happened to banks? That's when I actually started my career. I was at Bank of America. I worked at Bank of America. That was my first 6-figure gig. I thought I was going to get fired because all these people who had been there for 20, 30 years were getting fired. I was like, I know they're about to let me go. But I stayed a couple years. It was a good time. Learned a lot about life and corporate America and money and everything. Learned a lot. So, we've broken over this trend line. All right, a little small hammer there. Kind of bounced off these lows. Did the same thing I said earlier, right? So we kind of struggled for about a whole month. We didn't go anywhere. That's why I keep saying like these things take time to develop. For just 5 weeks, we didn't go anywhere. That's a whole month. It's a whole month, right? So to really get back into an uptrend, I know everybody's waiting for that, hoping it will not happen overnight. It won't. Gotta be patient. Luckily, it gives you time to do this analysis and pull this stuff up on the weekend. Spend a couple hours. You gotta put the time into it. But it won't happen fast. We're not just gonna next week be like, oh, the market's back. It takes months for that. So, you know what? Oh, they gonna kill me. Where is it at? Let me find it. It was purple. It's purple. I got a few more I gotta hit real quick. Dang. Oh, here we go. Oh. I'm like, man, what's wrong? I can't see all these comments. It's weird. Oh, okay. Monica Boom. She was the first person when I posted this in the group. She said her and her husband, she was like, yo, it sounds like a perfect date night for us. I said, oh, that's dope. I appreciate y'all spending your time with me. I don't even know if you're on this call, so maybe you're not, but either way you said it, I appreciate it. So I'm going to hit Microsoft and Amazon real quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool. Microsoft, Amazon. Wait, can y'all still see my charts? Oh, okay, cool. Microsoft. You already know. You probably can do the analysis now without me. Downtrend. What's up with the week? Stuck. Ranging hard. Didn't go anywhere. Even though the S&P, right, we got a little push this week. All right, bounced a little higher, came out of that range on the S&P. Microsoft, we didn't. We're still just trapped inside of 270 and 250. Doji candle. Doji-ish. It ain't perfect doji, but pretty much we opened, we pushed up, we pushed down, we closed where we started. Right? Neither side really was aggressive enough to lift us or drop us. So we wait. Might as well just drag this box over this week. All right. If I look at the day, if I look at the day, you see the same thing. It's just you get to see more detail, more candles, but same basic range. So we're just kind of stuck right now. Patience. Things will connect. They definitely connect with Microsoft. It has a low beta, which means it's really highly correlated to match up with the S&P. Amazon got a little pop, as we can see. I'm gonna go back to the week. So get rid of all this real quick. Matter of fact, wait, let me go back to the month real quick, just for a second. So COVID was here. So if I do my little death triangle, we're not there, but we don't have too much further to go to get there. All right, back to those COVID lows. If I go to the week, same thing, just kind of ranging up in here. All right, just chop. Yeah, just chop. So we got to at least get above 130 to actually even attempt to do anything. Then we got to close above it, and then we got to get a continuation with more buyers, with more good news, with something to happen for us to go higher. So, both are kind of in a similar state right now, just rangy. Not getting a ton of buyers. Sellers not really exiting though. Bears ain't saying we've given up. Bulls not saying we're aggressive. That's why we get these little ranges. All right, so. Yeah. Don't pay too much. You pay too much when it's a bad stock. That just doesn't match up with the S&P. That hasn't for the last 10 years. That's down more than the S&P is down. I think there's a very simplistic way to look at this. If the S&P is the broad market, the index, it's the benchmark. We got to be really careful, especially if we're new and you don't have a business background. And you can't pull up any of the financial, you can't read a balance sheet. Investing is like picking great companies isn't easy. Most people don't do it well. Most people literally would be better off just investing in the S&P, or I say NASDAQ, because it performs better over the last 20 years. NASDAQ is 100 of the best stocks. A little more tech heavy, less sector, so it's just a little more selective. It's not 500, right? But one of the best performing indexes in the world. Over a 10 to 15 year period, 96% of fund managers with teams of analysts, with people like me with MBAs doing their best to pick the best companies for you and their clients, cannot beat NASDAQ. So I don't want to make that seem easy either. Right? Trading is not easy. Picking great stocks, you don't even know if you're great at doing it until you can say today what you believe is going to be dominant 10 years from now, and then you got to invest in it for 10 years to actually see. All right, so that's why I'm really heavy on the technicals, because it allows you to go back. It allows you to do a lot of deep analysis. It really does. So. Thanks for watching. Put my name back up. I appreciate you guys for joining me. It's been fun. I gotta go. I'll be in Jamaica tomorrow, doing nothing all day on the beach. I'm so excited. Thanks for kicking it with me. Hopefully you learned something. Oh, you know what? I didn't give, man. Okay, I'll do it next week. Check me out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The one little special gem I meant to give y'all, I didn't even give y'all. I don't have time, but that's cool. It'll just give me time to prepare it a little bit better. It's something I came up with this week. I'm really big on creating things that help make trading easier for me. I notice a lot of people paying attention to the ATR, average true range. My cousin Joel talks about it in a room constantly. It's a great indicator. It's genius. It just helps you to know the range. If you're trading today, intraday, right, and the range for the day is $5 on that stock, right? If you got in early and it moved $5, why would you expect it to go $8 when the average is $5, right? It probably is just going to go $5. You add a pivot, add a high and low to your chart, you know exactly where price is going all the time, right? But the problem is you're not going to perfectly catch the entire day. We don't trend every day. We don't just go one direction. A lot of days are up, down, right? So what you need to know the average true range, but you need to actually get in there and calculate, because there's no indicator for this. You need to calculate. What did I call it? Not your ATR, your NWTR. I call it your NTR. Your NTR. You need your ATR and your NTR. Your NTR is your Noble Woods. It's my method. You heard it here first. Nobody does this stuff. If they do, they don't talk about it. So, but it's the Noble Woods trend range. I care about the direction of the whole day, the average that price can move, but I also care about what's the average trend. Right? So if a stock, its average true range daily is $5, the average trend inside of those days may only be $1.50. Right? And once again, most days do not just give you one clean move straight up or straight down. All right. It helps me to better calculate just prices that it makes sense to get out, or at least be, take some profit, because you're not going to get a strong trending day every day. But I want to show you, I want to put a little meat around it. That's the concept. I want to show it to you. I'm going to show you next time. Let's see. Dilly said, safe travels, bro. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you much. Somebody said, have fun on vacay. I will. I'm bringing my sand to the beach. Thanks for giving us some game. For sure. Have a great vacation. Vacay with the fam in Jamaica. Yeah, it ain't with the fam. It ain't with the fam. Special lady. Average true trend. What's the average true trend? I gotta put my name in it though. I got a few more things I'm gonna drop. I be trying to keep stuff to myself. I can't even keep it. I'd be giving everything away. But if you ever take a class with me, you'll get way more detail, right? Safe travels. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Christopher John said, enjoy your vacation. I will. On that note, it's 8:45, and she's gonna kill me. So I'm gonna go. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Pray that I get there safely. We get there safely. We're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna come back re-energized to just give you guys more, do more. I'm just trying to help. That's what this is about. So thanks for watching. Share this video, my channel, with somebody that you know and that you love that needs to seriously start thinking more about investing and taking this serious, because it can change your life. It can. Peace. As the music died out, that was perfect. Let me not let it start again. Anyway, I'm out. Oh, if you're curious about any of my courses, www.limitlessclass.com. Limitlessclass.com. Cool. I'm out. Gotta go.